Are you trying to unlock inner third eye powers, but skipping Kundalini? If so, you may be putting the cart before the horse. In reality, Kundalini energy comes first. Until that energy moves through your body, your third eye is staying closed. Most people think of the third eye and Kundalini as mystical concepts, but they're actually natural stages in the progression of awakening. If you're just starting to explore these ideas, or you're already doing deep inner work, know that it's actually pretty common not to experience Kundalini energy right away. I know because it took me years before I experienced it myself. And now, after 17 years of deep inner work, I've come to understand how these energies unfold in the body and how to work with them directly. In this video, I'll show you what Kundalini energy actually feels like, what it does in the body, what an open third eye really feels like, the surprising powers that can emerge when this unfolds naturally. And by the end, you will know how to go about developing these powers for yourself and what they will feel like when you do. Let's start with what Kundalini feels like. Have you ever been zapped by an electric current? It's like that, except it's happening deep inside of you. It's not a soft tingle or a vibration. It's massive. It's so powerful that you can't believe that the people around you cannot feel it. It began for me in my pelvis, and each time I relaxed into it and around it, it could progress a little further up my spine. But it didn't stay active all the time. It only appeared when I was deeply relaxed. I found I could move it up and down my spine to as far up as it was able to go, just by relaxing into it. I could stop it at any moment and bring it back again the moment I relaxed deeply. So imagine this. You're lying down in the evening, fully letting go, and suddenly this electric force is coursing through your torso. As you focus on it and soften the area around it, it rises. If someone speaks to you or a phone rings, it vanishes. But the moment you drop back into full relaxation, it returns. Now here's what I believe it was actually doing. Kundalini only began after I'd done real work to loosen the emotional tension that I had held inside from my past. We'll talk about how to do that later. It felt like this energy picked up from where I had left off and put the whole process on steroids. It burnt through layers of tension that I hadn't been able to access. It was as if the intelligence of the body knew exactly where to go and how to dissolve what was in the way. Eventually, after several months, the activity settled down until it stopped altogether. That's when something new began. I realized I could sense inside my body. That was the beginning of my inner eye opening. But before we go there, let's look at the so-called powers people associate with Kundalini awakening so you can understand them when you experience them. 1. Heightened energy or bliss states. Absolutely, the energy is massive, so could certainly be called heightened. It's somewhat like orgasmic energy, but not quite. It stems from a different area in the body. Once the fear passes, it becomes an incredibly empowering sensation. It's not mystical, it's physical, powerful, and real. 2. Increased intuition or inner knowing. Yes, and this happens naturally inside your body. Inner knowing strengthens because you know what's happening inside of you. You can feel it. You are aware of it. Intuition literally means intuition, learning from within. And that's exactly what this is. Physical, experiential learning from the inside out. 3. Uncontrollable body movements, also called kriyas. Totally. This happened to me a lot. My jaw would move side to side like a metronome, unwinding deeply held tension, sometimes for hours. But it was under my control. I could start it up by relaxing, and I could stop it at any point. I also had spontaneous waves through my arms and legs, even full body surges. These aren't powers, they're processes. Your body is de-armoring, releasing trauma and blocked energy. 4. Spontaneous healing. This sounds miraculous, but actually it makes sense. When deep tension releases, circulation improves. Blood, lymph, energy, and organs all work better. What we call spontaneous healing is often just the body finally being able to do what it's designed to do: restore balance. 5. Altered states of consciousness or ego dissolution. This might sound mystical, but it's not out of reach. Tension in your body is your subconscious mind. It distorts your thoughts and fuels your ego. As Kundalini clears that tension, what was subconscious becomes conscious, and your state of consciousness shifts. The ego softens. Thoughts become clearer, more source aligned. Eventually, it felt like my frequency rose to match the frequency of the Kundalini itself. Once they aligned, the energy settled. It had done its job. That felt like a profound shift in consciousness. And the whole time, I just kept doing the work, feeling sensations in my body and letting them release. Around the time that the Kundalini subsided, I noticed that I could stay aware inside my body. I didn't know it then, but that was the beginning of my inner eye opening. And it happened as a result of the Kundalini work. It couldn't have happened without it. Eventually, I realized this ability to sense inward is the original meaning of the word insight, as in inside sight. It's also why I titled my book A Pathway to Insight, because I share the path that I took to get here. That's why I prefer the term inner eye over third eye. It's more accurate. But I do use third eye because it's the term people recognize. Here's the part that most people don't realize. The inner eye doesn't just suddenly burst open. It's not a zap from the heavens. It's a slow, deliberate, earned process. Each time you release tension, whether emotional or physical, you open up access to a new area of your body. Self-awareness deepens. Your subconscious becomes more conscious, and that is what expands your consciousness. You are literally conscious of more areas that used to be subconscious. Eventually, you gain the ability to perceive your entire body with stunning precision, minute detail from the inside. That, to me, is what enlightenment is. Awareness with no restrictions. Sensing inside is different from sensing the outside world. I remember the first time it happened, I thought, whoa, what is that? I knew it felt different. And I imagine it will feel that way for you too. You know when you have a stomachache? You can tell where it stems from generally, but you can't pinpoint the exact spot from the inside. Now imagine you can. You can pinpoint the exact location in 3D. You feel like you are actually there, in the exact spot. That's what it feels like to have your inner eye open. These days, when I relax, I go inside automatically. At first, I could only go inward lying down with my eyes closed. Now I can do it while walking, driving, or watching TV. I am essentially aware inside and outside at the same time. Let's go through the powers often attributed to an open third eye. Then I'll share the most powerful ability it's given me. 1. Clairvoyance. Seeing visions, energy, or auras. I don't agree with this one in the traditional sense. I don't see auras or visions. but I do sense internal states, resistance, tension, or flow. Because I can feel these so clearly inside of myself, I can also sense them in others. It's not magic, it's sensitivity that has been refined through stillness. 2. Lucid dreaming or astral travel. I don't relate to these. They seem like out-of-body experiences, while mine have been deeply in-body. That said, I'm open. If you've experienced lucid dreaming or astral travel after experiencing what you think was Kundalini energy and an open inner eye, I'd love to hear about it. Please share your story in the comments. 3. Access to past lives or other dimensions. Our recent past is stored in our memory, but deeper layers, pre-verbal, inherited, or even what some call past lives, can be sensed inside the tissues and bones. When I feel into that, I'm accessing energy that might be from other lifetimes, or simply unprocessed legacy emotions. But I feel it in this body. As for other dimensions, I used to think that was pure science fiction, but sensing into the body feels like entering a completely different dimension, one that I never knew existed. Had you? Seeing beyond the illusion or Maya. This can be interpreted a few ways. Sensing into the body, I can quite literally see beyond the illusion that I am the body. I reside within it. That's different. On another level, I also see through the illusion of how things appear, because I understand why they're happening. I can see how my past conditioning shaped the moment that I'm in. That too is seeing through the veil. 5. Profound inner stillness or witnessing awareness. You can't place your awareness inside your body until there's space for it. That's what Kundalini seems to create. Space. That inner spaciousness is profound stillness. And witnessing awareness, for me, it comes from a very specific place inside my head, inside what I believe is the sphenoid sinus. Some call it the cave of Brahma. From there, I can watch my awareness. I can track where it is and what it's doing. Many describe these as the powers of the open inner or third eye. But honestly, that feels like an understatement. What if the real power has been overlooked or mistranslated for centuries? Here's what I personally experience. I can focus my attention with such precision that it feels like I'm wielding an internal scalpel. This isn't imagination or metaphor. It's somatic. That focused awareness, focused at tension, breaks apart stuck fascia. It shifts bone. It has and still is reconfiguring the very shape of my face and jaw. Just today at lunch, I bit the inside of my cheek, not because I was distracted, but because my jaw had physically shifted from the internal work that I did this morning. This is a whole different category of power. It's not about seeing visions. It's about changing physical reality from the inside out. And I'm not special. If I can develop these powers through deep inner work and sustained practice, you can too. Let's look at how the process begins. How do you attain these abilities? What some podcast hosts have called superpowers. It's actually simpler and more grounded than you might expect. In fact, I wasn't chasing any of this. I was just seeking inner peace, and these things happened as a result. So let the end goal fall into the background, but know it's attainable through these techniques. Focus on the step right in front of you. Start by getting curious about your emotions throughout the day, because this is the first step to self-awareness. Notice when you're triggered and pause to name what you're feeling, whether it's anger, sadness, fear, or frustration. Until you can name what you feel, those emotions are running the show behind the scenes. But once you can see them, you can create space to digest and eventually release them. You start to become the watcher. That's when it's time to bring in a tool, I recommend EFT. Use it to begin processing emotions as they arise in daily life. Release the energy. Then take it deeper. Make a list of past impactful events or traumas and work through them one by one, allowing your body to release what it's been holding. EFT is what I used and still use for this work, because whether you know it or not, this stuck energy is affecting you every day. Those are the first steps. They're big steps. And here's the unexpected surprise. It turns out the real power isn't seeing visions. It's seeing yourself clearly. Maybe, probably, for the first time. Once you begin doing that, everything else, for you and those around you, starts to unfold naturally. You'll experience so many inner changes that you'll begin to wonder why you never did this work before. But that's okay. Now is the time. Your path will start to become clear. Keep releasing the stuck energy, and Kundalini will arise when it's ready. These steps are detailed in my free PDF, the 5-step blueprint to profound inner peace. The link is in the description below. It walks you through these steps to begin releasing the emotional and physical blocks that are keeping your energy and awareness stuck. If this video gave you a new perspective, please give it a like, subscribe to my channel, just hit the button below, it's free, and hit the notification bell if you don't want to miss what comes next. We've just explored the journey to an open third eye, but if you want to accelerate your progress, there are some truths you need to understand. Watch this next video where I reveal 10 hard truths that I learned along the way. Truths that can help you avoid detours and save yourself years on this path.